Hello, welcome to the debrief. It's Dave O'Neill and the most regular correspondent guest on this podcast, Bradford Oakes.
Hello. That's the sound of a whole lot of people tuning out.
No, they love it. Will Anderson said they're his favourite episodes.
Oh, lovely.
So we'll be listening.
Well,
Probably just him. Just him.
Yeah.
Good on you, Will. Anyway, where are we off to, Oaksy?
We're off to Warburton.
The
Warburton. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
The Warburton Lawn Bowls Club, who
I know.
contacted me and wanted to do a comedy night.
This is
I said, all right, let's go.
this is our third or fourth lawn bowls
Yeah.
this year. Well, I've done two with you, I think. And
What else have we done?
I did Mitcham, which you
Yes.
put me up for.
I did Benalla.
Yeah.
With Johnny Katz.
I think we've accidentally crept into the bowling scene.
Yeah, the new bowling. What
Uh,
else have I done? I did Dandenong, but that was a cricket function. I've done Dandenong Bowls Club before.
Right. Well, that's right.
Thornbury. I've done Thornbury Bowls Club,
We've got Melbourne Bowls Club
which is
coming up in
Paran.
Paran.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Windsor. It's actually Windsor.
It's Windsor. I tend to find bowling clubs are good for one gig, and then because everyone turns up,
Yeah.
and then they're like, "Oh, we've seen the comedy."
Well, I think old mate went all right with
Went-
East Ivanhoe, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, well, we did that as well. East Ivanhoe.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it just depends, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If the venue's being used for a lot of different functions and they're getting a regular crowd and stuff, I think that it's just like any venue, a footy club or
Yeah.
a pub or an RSL. But if it's just really a bowls club, they're good for one. And then they all the regulars come, they go, oh, yeah, we went to the comedy. So then you just do one a year or something, I suppose.
But yeah, so we probably should start bowling.
Yeah, my dad used to bowl, but it's bad for you. It's an interesting sport for old people. It's a lot of bending and lifting.
Well, that's probably not a bad thing, because I'm going through cardiac rehab at the moment, and there's a bit of a focus on bending, because apparently there's old people. I think bending is a precursor. Not being able to bend is a precursor to die.
Oh God!
Yeah, I think that once you can't bend, basically you become inflexible. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I've really amused myself. So my nana used to bowl, and I grew up with her in the house, and she said to me one day, she used to come home and tell me, whenever the ambulance turned up, and I said to her, "Oh, is somebody else sick?" And she goes, "Oh, people drop dead on bowling greens all the time."
Yeah, it's that interesting fact. What sport has the most deaths?
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, skiing. It's like, nah, lawn bowls.
Lawn bowls.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so I heard that Chuck Norris does not bowl.
No,
And that's
doesn't bowl.
only thing he fears.
Well, I don't know if they'll be bowling tonight. I assume not.
No, there could be night bowls, I suppose, but
Yeah.
I think it's going to be pretty chilly out in Warburton.
Warburton. And we have a special guest coming who
Yeah.
lives out there.
Yes.
Former star of the stage and screen has texted me. I actually saw him at the airport the other day and he said, because he lives up there. Do you want to have a guess?
Oh,
Very funny man. Funny
Yeah.
man.
very funny man.
Not technically a stand-up comedian like us,
Right.
but funny on the screen. Was huge, this guy.
Oh,
One of the kings. Lovely bloke.
not Cuzza.
No, but similar to Stephen Curry, you mean? Similar
Right,
to Stephen
yeah.
Curry.
Yeah.
Older. And
It's Michael.
it's Vici.
Michael Vitch. Yes. Oh, that'd be lovely. Well,
He said he was going to surprise me, but then he told me at the airport the other day that he was coming, and then he asked for a free ticket, so not much of a surprise.
yeah. No surprises there at all.
So for people that don't know, Michael Veach was in Fast Forward.
Yeah, he was one of these stewards with
Stewards.
with Steve Izard.
And also he was Calvin Cunnington.
Yeah, that's
Great character, and he was He did a lot of sketches with Glenn Robbins. He did like the Soggy Pockets, the two office workers who were always drunk.
Oh,
I
okay.
love you, mate. Oh, fucking, I love you. Oh, I love you, mate.
Yeah.
And one of my favourites, the Whiz Bang Theatre Company. Remember them?
No, I didn't.
They were like an educational theatre company that would go to shopping centres, you know. And Glenn and Veach would go, "What are we doing now? You're shit." You know, kids would yell out and stuff. And to bring it full circle, Stephen Curry was in the first Whiz Bang Theatre sketch as a school kid. And he had a line. He improvised a line and looked at the camera and got in the shot.
Was he a school kid at the time?
Yes, he was.
Oh, God.
There we go.
Oh, he's a great man, too.
Kazar.
Yes.
Well, he lives in the country too, but he's up there's Dowling land, Wood End. Whereas Veach is, he's got Warburton cornered, you know.
Yeah, well,
maybe we should choose a country town and just nail it in terms of being the.
All right, Burwood. You know, I'm a city guy.
You are a city guy.
Although I'm swanning around in the subdivisions of Parkville at the moment.
Yeah, Parkville's interesting. There's no real shops though in Parkville.
No, there's
there's that great pub.
No, what?
Norton's. Yeah, that's a good pub now. That's a good pub.
Yeah, but Royal Park, which is kind of Parkville, is. I had no idea it was so huge.
It's huge.
You know, it can take you a few minutes to drive through. And then there's a zoo there.
The zoo? Go to the zoo.
Yeah, so you're going to get meat.
Mr. Whippy. Meat. There seems to be a permanent Mr. Whippy out the front.
Is there now? Oh, no. Yeah, but and there's lots of planes flying overhead, so I know that I'm not far from the city.
You're not far.
It's I'm just there temporarily while I'm relocating to
witness relocation.
Yeah,
mate, suss out Warburton. I mean, there's no train. There's probably a bus from Lilydale, but yeah, it's very country, Warburton.
Yeah, you know, I've always struggled with the country because of the pace.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's like it slows right down. I suppose Warburton's kind of gateway to the snow country too, isn't it?
Oh, sort of. And what did someone say? That living in the country is lonely by day and scary at night. So.
Well, Marty Fields, I toured with him once. We did the.
He wouldn't like the country, would he?
We did the snowfields in New South Wales.
Yeah.
And at night, he'd always point out, like a distant farmhouse on a hill with the lights on, and he had a theory that there's a lot of crazy sex parties going on.
What?
In the country. And so
no.
Well, I've accused people of that. Well, not accused, but I've posited that hypothesis.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of people just make me change the subject. So I think there might be something to it.
Something in it?
Yeah.
Well,
crazy sex parties in the country.
You never know, but we'll see. Anyway, Warburton, here we come.
Yeah.
And we don't know what to expect, but I think it'll be a warm welcome. And
yeah, well, that's the other thing we didn't say about the bowling clubs is they've been going well, haven't they?
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
So if you've got a bowling club, contact us, all right? We'll be there.
Yeah, no, we do croquet.
Even bocce.
And what's that? Trugo.
Trugo, the Melbourne invention.
I think there's only 3 Trugo clubs, isn't there?
Yeah, there was Yarraville, Williamstown.
There was one in South Melbourne.
Yeah, there was. It was designed in the railway yards.
Yeah. Yes, and it was. And it was. Well, it was one of those things where people who do it love it, but
yeah,
you know, it's kind of like tunnel ball. Remember tunnel ball?
Yeah.
At school, and I always felt sorry for the kids who were good at tunnel ball because, you know, they probably had their sights set on a career, you know, like as a tunnel ball athlete. Like, you know, maybe play local, then play the states.
Yeah.
And, you know, go international. Probably go into the Olympics. But tunnel ball stops at primary school.
Yeah, that's true.
And they would have been shattered, you know. 'Cause
What?
their retirement plan would have been maybe open up a tunnel ball supply shop. Which,
And okay, I'll do rounders instead. Oh,
yeah.
well, what about softball?
T-ball.
T-ball.
Yeah. I mean,
British Bulldog.
well,
Poison ball.
love British Bulldog.
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah.
banned from schools. Banned.
Well, look, I think that it's probably better than internet bullying.
Yeah.
You know, and if you were smart, if you were the kind of kid that was a target in British Bulldog, it was a good idea not to play it.
Yeah, it's a good
It
idea.
tells you how the world works.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. All right.
All right.
Warburton, on our way.
All right.
We'll speak to you. Well, you just keep listening because we'll go and do the gig and we'll report back what it's like, what it's been like. All right.
Bye-bye.
Now, here we are. We're back on the debrief. We've done the Warburton Lawn Bowls Club.
Yes.
People don't know Warburton's an hour outside of Melbourne, but it's very much a country town on the Yarra. Beautiful.
Upper reaches of the it's more like an hour 20, isn't it?
Yeah, and, you know, you could argue that you go through Lilydale, Mooroolbark, Hillsville. You get some pretty outer suburban areas, and you get to Warburton. What is it? Launching place, Westburn.
You're scouting the edges of the hills.
Yeah.
And we went through probably 30 k's of fog there. It was like a fog.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Tell you what, though, the crowd did not let us down. There was a lot of beanies, a lot of woolen jumpers, a lot of coats, and a lot of beards. Kind of that's a cross between redneck, hippie, bogan kind of types. It's interesting.
Would you care to describe what I'm wearing that?
Yeah, you did fit in well, actually. You got a beanie, you got a flannel, and a jacket on. So when you walked up, you looked like a local.
I've got a bit of a beard too.
Because really, apart from the woman who organised it, no one really dressed up.
No.
Maybe a few of the older people. Michael Veitch was there. He had a hat on. But, you know, he's a bit of a bon vivant, isn't he? Bon vivant? What do we call him?
Bon vivant.
Bon vivant?
Yeah.
Bit of a bohemian of the hills.
Yeah.
Yes, him and his partner were well dressed, but there was plenty of tracksuits and flannels and
but they were nice people.
They were great.
A bit rowdy to start with.
Oh boy.
I felt like I shut them down with my indifference.
There was a young guy that just Hayden, who, to be fair, looked like a drug dealer, but he's not. But
no.
I love that look where they wear a hat, like a baseball hat. They also wear the hoodie over the hat.
That is strange. That's
like they're fucking Eminem in
it is
8
Eminem,
Mile.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's 8 Mile.
Yeah.
But, mate, you're not Eminem. You're in Warburton, buddy.
Yeah.
But
and then there was your mate, the Nazi memorabilia.
Daniel, who I said, what do you do for a job? And he said, I collect. No, he deals in war memorabilia, military memorabilia, and yes, he's got some serious stuff. He was showing me photos, and he was also talking to Veitch, because Veitch, of course, has written several books about war. I've read one of his books. It's great. He's read two of his books, actually.
Is that why he lives in Warburton? Hey,
so Veitch is quite the war historian, and so he was talking to this guy about, because Veitch used to collect military stuff too. So
right. I wonder when people collect military gear, do you get to a point where you go, I'm actually quite well armed now?
Well, that's the thing.
You know,
my dad had a lot of that stuff.
If you go to Wagga, you've done gigs in Wagga,
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you know, on about every third corner in Wagga, there's a bit of army ordnance or military ordnance, like a cannon or a tank.
Yeah, there's an Air Force base there. My dad trained there, yeah.
Yeah, there's an army base nearby too. But it looks like they're not taking any chances. If it's going to break out, they reckon it's going to start in Wagga.
There's war between Wagga and Dubbo.
I used to try and do a joke about that, about how they have the RSL, they have the cannon out the front.
Yes.
And the last RSL I did was the Watsonia one. Did I say this to you already? Where
No.
I said to the audience, I took an American comedian to an RSL to do a gig, and he goes, "What's with the cannons at the front?" I said, "We take our beer very seriously."
That's good. That's good.
So anyway, bowling club, they were lovely. Eventually, and
well, I think I made the mistake of engaging with them too much, which is often my mistake because I like to talk to the crowd a bit. But gee, they were an interesting crowd. The front row, of Rob the carpenter.
Well, there were two front rows really because they split the room.
Yeah,
we can talk about that.
Yeah,
but it was logistically, it made it hard to just talk to the whole room without.
There was a big gap, and you got them at the end of your set. You got them to close the gap a bit, which was great.
Yeah.
And Amy, the organizer, was worried about a fire. I said, "It's freezing cold.
Well, that was
not going to be a fire."
That was the first joke I did. Was I went up on stage.
Oh, that was funny.
Yeah.
Because you were near the door of the fire exit.
And I said, just word to the wise, this probably won't be a good one to go through if I'm here.
You're blocking it, basically.
I'm blocking it, yeah. That's, on the airplane, I think I told you this too, that I can't sit because I get the extended
You can't sit in the exit row.
I can't sit in the exit row. And, they give you all sorts of reasons why, but the truth is that they don't want people clamouring over your dead body.
Yeah.
So, everybody lies anyway. They say, yeah, I'm willing to help, people get off the plane. No, you're not.
Well, who was that comedian who used to do? He did a story about. He was employed. They got a couple of hundred people to be on a fake plane, and to test out the exit rows, right?
Right.
And he said, so what they said, all right, we're gonna pretend there's been an accident. The chutes are gonna go down, and we want to see how people behave. All right, and so they go, all right, the accident's happened. And everyone got up in an orderly fashion. They went the chutes and blah, blah. They went down the slide, right?
Yeah.
And then they just said, well, look, that's not really how it would happen in real life. So what we're going to do, the first person down the chute who hits the tarmac will get 50 grand. All right, go. And he said it was just fucking chaos. Like people scrambling over each other. Yeah, and just like, bloody pushing people out of the way.
That's so funny.
I can't remember his name. He was in Vegas now. That guy. He's like a performer in Vegas.
Oh.
You'd know him. Oh.
It's not Monty. No.
Not Monty Franklin. No. He's a good stand-up. Yeah, but he sort of like a circus performer too.
Okay.
I remember his name. Oh, God.
No.
He's younger than us. He started,
No, I'm drawing a blank, but to be honest, that's how it is these days.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tumbleweeds in my mind. But that's a brilliant way to reenact it. Well, not to enact it, because that's exactly what would happen. It'd just be like, I always love that. That's my biggest fear. Well, I have two great fears. I'm scared of flying, and my two great fears on a plane are I'm scared that the plane will crash and I'll die incinerated. But my other fear is looking uncool.
All right, okay.
All right, so my biggest problem when something goes wrong on a plane is it really going wrong?
Oh.
Right. Am I about to look uncool here?
Oh, okay.
Right, so
how would you handle that Singapore airline recently? Oh my gosh, see that?
Yeah.
Someone died.
Yeah. Well, they said he had a heart attack.
Yeah, but the turbulence was so bad. People got thrown on the roof. The guy, Keith, his name was, from Australia. Him and his wife were in hospital in Bangkok, and no one had spoken to them. Then they wouldn't let them talk to the media.
Well, I had a friend who had a heart attack on a Jetstar flight because one of the flight attendants was polite to him. It's a disclaimer that may or may not have happened.
That may be a joke. I don't know.
Well, it's I love those kind of tests, though. You know, where they go, all right, we're going to get real now. You know,
Yeah, we've got to see how it really works.
Push the tables back. I wonder what else you could do for that. Because you know, I've told you when I test jokes on people that if you say to somebody, "Tell me if you think this is funny," right, you get a much harsher critical analysis. But if you say to somebody, "Do you reckon I've got the wording of this joke right?"
Okay.
Right, and they'll give you an honest appraisal. They'll laugh, and they go, "Oh yeah, it sounds all right." And then they go to tell you, and I go, "No, that's good. That's I know what I need to know," because otherwise they're listening the wrong way when you ask them.
Right.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
Yeah, I think it works in relationships as well.
God. Oh boy.
So
anyway, it was a successful night.
Yeah, and here we are. Where
are we?
Be Croydon. Yeah.
My old stomping ground.
Yeah. I noticed you say that in that joke when you talk about your brother, and you say, "Don't you remember you grew up in Ringwood?"
Yeah.
Why do you say Ringwood?
I just gets a better reaction than Mitcham.
Right.
I think Ringwood's more well known than Mitcham.
It is, yeah.
And Ringwood has more of a bogan edge, I reckon.
It does, doesn't it? I suppose.
So that's why I do it.
Yeah, Mitcham's a little bit witness relocation.
Yeah, Mitcham's a bit like Blackburn. You know, there's more trees in Mitcham than Ringwood. Ringwood's a bigger joint too.
Yeah.
People often, when I say, "Oh yeah, that aren't from out of town," or they're sort of from the country or somewhere, and they said, "Where'd you grow up?" I say Mitcham. They're like, I go, "It's near Ringwood." "Oh yeah, Ringwood."
Yeah.
Everyone knows Ringwood. So it's like Frankston and Seaford or something. Frankston.
Oh yeah.
Seaford.
You wouldn't say Vermont, even though that's neighbours country.
Yeah.
Erinsborough.
It's a breeding ground out here of comedy talent.
Yeah, because we both shared our Mitcham heritage. And
yes. Well, we're also near Yarra Valley Grammar, which is in the news recently, for the boys rating the girls on a spreadsheet.
I know.
Which is just, if they're not nerds, I'll go here, I'll go hard.
Yeah.
Nerds with a spreadsheet. Jesus.
I know. But I look, I think it's disgusting. I think it's terrible. But I also do bow to anybody who can just easily use a spreadsheet.
Yeah, I know. They got skills. Well, it's like Mushroom Woman. You know what I mean? She poisoned people, but she made a beef Wellington. Now that's MasterChef worthy. You're gonna go, well,
yeah.
Look at the talent there is. But also to know what mushrooms to pick that are going to kill people.
She's not going to get a fair trial, is she?
No, but she wants to have it locally. Like, are you crazy?
Yeah. Well, you know. Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. It's. I know. I don't think she's going to get a fair trial. I think, it's she's been tried by the media.
Yes.
And by Gogglebox. Hey.
It's a good show, Gogglebox, actually. Gogglebox.
Is it?
We watched it the other night, and it just came on. Some of the people that got on is really funny.
To me,
there's these sisters from the Shire, Cronulla.
Yeah.
One of them is really funny.
But to me, it's asinine to watch people watching TV. It's just, I feel like I'm in some kind of.
I know.
But
you know where they got the idea from?
The
Royal Family, the sitcom, where that great Manchester-based British sitcom, where the Royal Family they were called, Arrow.
The Royals.
The Royals.
Yeah.
The very working class family. They just sit around and watch TV and just
Okay. Well,
but
I don't know. Just I watch enough TV without watching people watch TV. You know,
it's like the Castle. Gong him red when they're watching. Say hey, gong him red.
Yeah. Oh, geez, they capture that kind of thing.
Oh, so good.
Yeah,
so
the
good.
Australian moments.
Australian moment right there. Good if we were involved in one of them, but anyway.
I know.
We were tonight at the Bowls Club.
Well, they loved us, and they gave us some very nice cakes.
Oh, the cakes are unbelievable.
And I don't have a sweet tooth.
I've already eaten two.
Yeah, I don't have a sweet tooth, and I had two, and just when I did that thing, and I just said, "Oh, that cake's lovely. Oh, do you want to take some?" And I went, "Oh, yeah."
Good on you, because I was so excited. I put one in my pocket, and then the woman goes, "You don't have to do that. We're giving you some." Oh, you have to steal the cakes.
Yeah, I know.
Man, it was good.
When that woman asked me for the autograph, the guy gave me his really nice
autograph.
pen,
Yeah.
and then somebody else gave me a pen, and I gave him the good pen back, and I said, "Mate, I steal pens.
Yeah, it's a good pen.
I like a good pen."
All right, we're on the Ringwood bypass.
Oh yes.
Well, now what went well tonight, Brad?
Well, I think that it went well. It went well. I felt like it was. I don't feel like it was hard work. It was work.
It was work.
And it was.
Well, did you notice I really put the foot on the gas in the last 10 minutes and went, this is... Because I'd done about 35 minutes at that stage. I looked at my watch and went, you've done too long, you idiot. What are you doing?
I had my timer off while I was talking to that woman, Amy, who ran the gig.
Yeah.
And we were talking about doing the raffle.
Yeah.
And I said, look, I'll do it with you. And she goes, and she said something like, you're not that excited to do it. And then my phone goes, boing, boing, boing.
And what was the alarm for?
Well, for you. I'd set it for you to see when you've done 30, just so I'm ready.
Yeah.
But because it's gone boing like that, and I said, well, my phone begs to differ.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a dick joke. But I thought it went well, despite everything.
Yeah. What? Yeah, you're right. What didn't go well?
Well, I felt the sound system.
Yeah, well, that's the next question. The organisational hazards, the sound system, which was very schmick. The iPad.
Yeah.
But I couldn't work out.
Well, the iPad was worth more than the sound system.
I couldn't work out why it was distorting a bit.
Yeah, no, I couldn't, and it was a little bit Alice through the looking glass because it was like if you made it louder, it
got distorted. Yeah.
And if you made it quiet again, then...
As I pointed out to the guy that was trying to run it, the music sounds fantastic through it. You notice that? The music sounded great.
And he was an engineer, wasn't he?
Engineer, Matt, yeah.
He's probably bridges, though.
Yeah, he probably tunnels like we're driving through right now. Yeah. And also, there was no stage to speak of. A little bit of height would have been good.
Yeah, it was. I was a bit worried when I was doing
and the toilets were behind us.
Yeah, but I did discourage people from going to the toilet.
Yeah.
Because that guy walked through and just... you know, he thought he
made a comment.
Eating a bit, yeah. And the lights were great, but they could have been brighter.
There's a lot of notes here.
Yeah, but their first time, I'd hate them to listen to this and think we were bagging them because I thought it was a good job overall.
Yeah, they did a good job.
But yeah, there was just those things and
those things
and just could have been better.
How can we do better next time? Well, I think we've listed them all.
Yeah, we just how can we do it? Yeah, better next time. Well, I could go back to the 70s and get my platform shoes, and then I'd probably be seen.
Geelong could have won just before we went on. They lost by 4 points.
Oh,
devastating.
No, it certainly does seem to affect your performance. You're just so maudlin.
Morbid.
So what are we saying? What can we do
next time?
I don't know. Should we say what we normally say, which is we should advise them before we go there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I kind of tried to.
Yeah.
There was no dance floor at least, but there was a big gap in the...
Do you know what we should do? And I know we won't do it, but what we should do is make a video and then give them a
link.
A cue. What do you call it?
Link?
Just a link to... And so they can look at it and, you could present it to us like,
Hi, David Hill here. This is how to set up a comedy gig.
Yeah.
Number one, put the seats close to the stage. There's no need for a dance floor, as people won't be dancing to our jokes.
Yeah. A little bit.
Number two, you don't need an aisle. Put all the seats together and people can sit, because they're just going to be there. There's be an interval.
Actually, you could make it very funny because you could say, if there is a fire, this is what's going to happen, and then just cut to the Titanic, you know.
Yeah. So the Towering Inferno.
Yeah, people everywhere for himself.
Number 2, when putting the seats out, it's Jetstar legroom. It's not Qantas. We want to fit as many people as we can in possible.
Yeah. I think do that. Microphone, introducing people. We should do it.
Yeah, we'll get on to that.
And then, because then you can always say to people, well, did you look at it?
Did you watch the video?
Yeah.
Did you watch the video?
Did you have a mummy look?
Or a daddy look?
Yeah.
Thanks, bro, for coming on the podcast again.
Oh, thank you very much.
We'll speak to you soon, no doubt.
All right.
Brad Oakes on the debrief.
I'm just leaving the car now.
Oh, no, don't.
All right.